All righty, we have another podcast. Now, a spotlight of our Stephen Rosenstein, and he is joining us today to share about who he is and all the great questions that we have about our members. So, Stephen, tell us who you are in professional life, what you love to do. Start sharing with us.
Okay. Well, I'm a practicing dentist in Aventura, Florida, and I've been practicing for a lot of years. Um, um,
What was that?
actually, I lost track of the number of years I've been practicing, but I really love what I do, and I've gotten dentistry has always provided new things to learn and to find new ways to help my patients and with their health. And that's really been, my driving force throughout most of my life. Um, in addition to dentistry, I'm committed to my family, of course. My wife of going to be 50 years in September. Um, and my daughter and son and my unbelievable 6-year-old granddaughter, who are now my daughter and my granddaughter are both living with me right now, which is really great, and I'm enjoying that a lot. And my other passions are Philadelphia sports teams and playing golf.
Okay.
Um, and so that's I've been playing golf since I was about 9 or 10 years old, and it's in my DNA, I think.
It is in the
Um,
DNA. Is that like a stress relief or what
Oh,
is it?
definitely, because I'm outside, I'm walking around. I mean, we do ride in carts, but we still walk,
Mhm.
and out there with friends and just socializing with them and challenging myself to play better every day. I go out
Nice.
there, and so some days are better than others, of course, and but it's always enjoyable.
Very cool. And then I would say also, if when your granddaughter was living with you, you were telling us about your happy dollar, when we share our happy dollar, and whenever she spent the afternoon with you, it's like that was the highlight. It's like she gets to spend time with us, or with
Right,
me, actually, you used to say. So it was
right,
always so
right.
joyful to see your whole face lit up, knowing that she's going to be spending the Friday afternoon with the time you have
I'm
with
very
her.
fortunate. She's a very special little girl, and and she loves her pops. That's what she calls
Nice.
me, pops. All
Very
right.
cool.
So,
But now going a little bit to where we start as far as dentistry, and it's something that you actually even shared with us in a presentation. And it's not just, people think, oh, for me, a
yeah.
dentist, it's like cleaning teeth, and then if I have an issue, then I'll go ahead and see a dentist for my teeth. But there's something special that you're doing right now. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. I've gotten involved in learning about the significance of breathing and sleep and how dental structures impact our ability to breathe and sleep. And so every patient I see now, it's hard to not see the issues. I can be out to dinner and looking at the table next door, and I see somebody that has the makings of a sleep problem, and I can't help but see it. And it's got a lot to do with growth.
I lost your video, your sound. Your sound. I don't know if you touch something, but the sound. So you were telling us we had a short moment of interruption where I could not hear you. So you were saying about that you could be in a restaurant and you see somebody's make it
I look at their
structure.
face and their teeth, and I can see that there's a potential that they really have a significant sleep and breathing problem. But as a matter of fact, Monday I gave an hour-long presentation that you can. I think the recording of it is on our Instagram
Okay.
page. But I'm going to do it again, so there will be other opportunities for other people to enjoy the information that I have to share. And so it's dentistry can make people feel better if they're in pain, make people look better if they don't like the way they smile, or their teeth are in a poor position. We can move them into a more optimal position, and those are all great things to do for people. It helps their longevity and in terms of their ability to eat. Um, but not being able to breathe is a major problem for people. And if you're not breathing well when you're sleeping, then you're not getting restful sleep. And if you don't get restful sleep, you have a tough day the next day. One of the books I've read, one of the comments in it was, if we don't sleep well, we don't feel well, and it's so true. And so helping people, hoping, yeah, we all can say that, right? Helping people sleep better is becoming a passion of mine. And so that's one of the areas that I'm involved in. And we use various removable devices to help develop the airway so that people can breathe better.
Awesome. So
I don't
thank
have
you.
to give you my whole spiel now.
No, and then you've done a
Yeah.
presentation before for us, and I'm sure you can come back and share more information of as you are progressing with this particular niche for you. So now, when it comes to Rotary, how long ago did you join Rotary, and is it with this club, the Fort Lauderdale South Club?
You know what? I'm not even sure how many years ago it was. It's probably 7 or 8 years now.
Okay.
I haven't gone back and looked. I was just on DAC TV and I didn't look. I could have looked there, I guess, but because I had to get your phone number. And I got involved in Rotary because I just felt that I wanted to find another way to contribute to the community. And I did some research. I talked to some people, and so people said, Rotary is a great organization. So I visited a few different clubs, the Aventura Hallandale Club, which is right near my office, and the main Hollywood Club, and then I ended up visiting the Fort Lauderdale South Club. And initially, the big allure to the Fort Lauderdale South Club was Friday morning breakfasts, because the middle of the day lunches can't work for me. And evening meetings is, you're tired at the end of the day, you want to go home, be with your family, have something to eat. It wasn't so desirable. And Friday is a day I don't typically see patients. So it worked. It was a great fit. And fortunately, the group of people in the club were wonderful. And so I kind of hit it off with them right away. And Brad and I have a wonderful repartee that we
still
enjoy.
Do.
What?
You guys still do?
Yeah, still do. Right. And so it makes it a lot of fun, and I enjoy being able to contribute through the club.
All right, so that's the beauty of Rotary being international company, but organization, but also inside the same state, the same city. There are different times available based on the person's schedule, what fits them best. When I joined, we were all meeting at Tower Club, like you said, for breakfast. Right. And that was a great mingle for about an hour from 8 to 9. But then with COVID, we had a president at that time who basically just helped us. I think it was Karen, who basically got us going in consistency with Zoom. And we've kept it that way. And we do from some social, maybe once a quarter, once in a while when we have opportunities. But I'm sure that's even working out for you, the fact that you don't have to drive all the way to Tower Club for it.
Yeah, well, I live up on Griffin. That's not a tough drive for me. So that I never really minded that aspect of it, even when I lived in Hollywood. But the thing that I think has been very beneficial to us with the Zoom meetings is that we get to keep our membership who may not live in the area anymore as like members, like you, right? Exactly. And like Nick, who's now in North Carolina, correct, and David, who's over in Naples or up in the Lakeland area, wherever he is, or in Canada in the summer, right? And Lee in West Virginia in the summer. So we keep connected that way, and we keep involved with each other. And so it's been great. And then, we do find some times to actually meet in person. And keep that going. And so it's kind of the best of both worlds as far as I'm concerned. And we can attract people from outside of our area to get involved with us because of the way we meet now.
Right. And the speakers are also being international.
Yeah,
but now,
of course.
Yep.
Of course.
So now jumping
it's harder to bring a speaker in who has to be live. Your your universe of potential speakers is immense now because it's just get on the computer,
That's right.
away we go. And so
It's
it's
definitely
very nice.
a
Yep.
reflection of Rotary, which is that international aspect, because we
Right.
bring international, we bring people in different states. So that's definitely a plus. And it works for us. Maybe not all clubs, but it does work for us.
It
And that's
works great for us.
beautiful.
It does. It's
Yes.
been working wonderfully. Yep.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to our club and different or even just in general Rotary, as far as volunteering, doing community work, what has been your favorite project or the project that you would say really got you like, you know what? I really like Rotary for this. Is there one in particular?
I can't say that there's one in particular, but I really do enjoy the dictionary project because I love going into the schools and seeing the third graders get excited about the books and finding interesting things in the back of the book. It's more than just a dictionary that we give them. And it's also nice because one of the schools I go to is my daughter's the principal. And the other school I go to, my granddaughter's at the school. Although she's not in third grade yet, she's only in kindergarten.
Right.
But I do those two schools, and I really enjoy that. That's a lot of fun.
Very cool. And tell us a little bit more about that, the schools. Is it specific kids who are getting those books? I know you said
It's the
third
third
graders.
graders. It's just third
Right,
grade. The
right.
dictionaries are designed for third graders. And I mean, we go as a club, we go to many different schools in Broward County. We can pick as many or as few as we want. And I just picked the two that my daughter's associated with
Right. And they
to
make
do
it a
those
special
schools.
event, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So
so, as an international company, do you yourself visit other clubs when you
I
are
have
out of
not.
town? You haven't. Okay.
I haven't done much traveling in my life at all. So it's not that I choose not to, it's just
Mhm.
that life seems to get in the way.
Yeah. So, what other aspects of Rotary would you like our audience or people who are learning about Rotary or about our club that you would like them to know that's special
Well,
to you?
um, I just I find the camaraderie very rewarding, and we do the four-way test at the end of every meeting, but the fifth test is the one that I really like, and that's
Which
is it
is,
fun?
there
You
you
know,
go.
and so we have fun with each other and with the projects that we do, even if we just have an event for dinner. We have a good time, and we take pictures of each other and share them, and um, it's a nice additional venue for me to interact with other people. I mean, I go to a lot of dental meetings, so I'm always interacting with dentists. It's nice to interact with people who aren't talking about
Outside.
dentistry all the time.
Yeah, very cool. So, what would you tell someone who is inquiring about Rotary of to what they should look for in a club, or what is it that, for you, you visited several clubs. So what would you tell someone who is interested in Rotary to consider when they're making their decision?
Well, that's obviously that's a personal decision, but um, the convenience of the club meetings, I think, is important so that you are consistently participating. If you find a club, like if I had an afternoon meeting club, I might get there once every couple months, which is not the way you want to be involved. So you need to find a club where they're meeting in a way, either through Zoom or through face-to-face meetings at a time and place that's convenient for you so you can stay involved. To me, that was important. And you have to be the kind of person who wants to give back, who wants to contribute. And if that's who you are, then Rotary can be a great outlet for you. And you'll make some contacts depending on what business you're in. It may, give you some business contacts. Like if I ever get around to buying a house, well, I have two people I have to compete with who have to compete for my mortgage in the club. And the thing about the people that are involved in Rotary, and I think this is something that's really important, is all of the people that I've come in contact with, not just in our club, but in the in the district meetings, and in the other events that I go to, is they're all really high quality people, high integrity, really caring, sincere people. And so having more of those kinds of people in your life is always a good thing.
It is. It is. And you mentioned
Hold
a
on one
few.
second.
Sure.
Pause the recording for a second.
No worries. So you mentioned a few times the four-way test. I'm going to share my screen so people know what the four-way test is.
Mhm.
Except that you did mention there's the fifth one, which is the fun.
Which we have added
Right.
from our club.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I want to go ahead and just read them so people know what we're referring to. So some clubs, they do start with the four-way test. We
Mhm.
end with the four-way
Right.
test. And it says the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Would it build goodwill and better friendships? And would be beneficial to all concerned? And I also resonate very much with the four-way test because to me that's the way of even doing business. It's not
Right.
just, for service, it's like a way of living, a way of being. Because to me it's like the win-win. Is it's not just
Exactly what I was going
me.
to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how does that
In
resonate
fact,
for you?
I one of the study clubs that I used to be a member of for dentistry, it was called Triple Win Study Club. So it was a
Triple
win
win.
for the
Okay.
doctor, a win for the patient, and a win for the laboratory that was involved in the treatments. Yeah, and if you ever read Stephen Covey, winning, he has a whole section about win-win,
Win-win.
and it's a big part of what Rotary is about.
Agreed. Yeah. So, David, as we come close to completing our moment together, is there anything else you would like to add and share that maybe we didn't cover that's on your
Um,
mind?
no, I think for anyone considering wanting to get more involved in the community and in giving back, Rotary is a wonderful institution to consider looking into and learning more about. Visit some clubs, see what they're doing, and give yourself a chance to get um, enthralled isn't really the right word I'm looking for, but to get motivated by what the club is doing and to get involved, um, and um, and contribute in whatever way you can. Not everybody contributes in the same way, and I know everybody. They've been trying to get me to be president of our club for about 5 years now. And I have to keep saying no, but I am the treasurer for 5 years. So,
Big role.
I contribute directly to the club in my efforts in that area. So there's a lot you can do in Rotary, more than I've been able to do because I'm still very involved in my practice. But it's a great organization. There's international meetings. You get to travel to different parts of the world if you choose to. And I think this year's in Singapore.
Oh, is it?
Um,
I'll have to
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm not going to Singapore as much as I might like to. I don't think I want to be on an airplane that long.
I'm sure that's a very long flight with some
Yep,
layover somewhere. Yeah.
yep, yep.
So, Stephen, I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for all of the nuggets of information that you shared. And we'll have this featured on our social media. And this is also an invitation for people who would like to be speakers. If they have an organization or something they would like to share with us, because we always, every Friday, have a speaker so we can learn. So we don't just meet and say happy dollar and a four-way test. We're actually always learning something different from so many aspects of life.
Yep.
So this is an invitation for those who would like to visit, to be a member eventually, or even be a speaker. So thank you again for your time.
Sure. Thank you
Thanks.
for taking the time to do this.
Of course.